I'm Andrew Sherman. I'm a Texas transplant who has always been in pursuit of art as a career. I've played in bands, pursued an acting career in Hollywood, but I found it behind the lens of a camera here in Dallas, Texas. I was born in New York, I've lived in Chicago, Los Angeles, Austin, but I love Dallas. There's a magical artistic scene in Dallas that mostly goes unnoticed to the outside world. This podcast is focused on what makes it so special and the people who make it thrive artistically. If you don't live here, and even if you do, you might not have heard of them. This is the Dallas Famous Podcast. So who you gonna be? Who you gonna be when you're all? This week on the Dallas Famous Podcast, it's Janna Wilson of The Love Mic. Janna built one of Dallas's most beloved recurring open mics that's been going for 4.5 years. She's using the platform to champion mental health and support young musicians finding their voice for the first time. We talk about how the open mic started, her plan for a Love Mic Foundation, and what she's learned mentoring a new generation of DFW musicians. This is a fun one. I know you're going to dig it. Here it is. The Dallas Famous Podcast is supported by the Mullen & Mullen Music Project. The Music Project was created by Mullen & Mullen Injury Law Firm to champion the independent music scene in North Texas. Welcome back to the Dallas Famous Podcast. I'm in Deep Ellum at Tucker Art Projects Gallery, and I'm sitting with the lovely Janna Wilson. Janna is probably right now most known for the Love Mic around town. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So it's funny because I used to host an open mic, and I've been to hundreds of open mics, and your story to me is so different than most hosts of an open mic. So we're going to get into all of that.
Yeah, thanks.
But let's start with you. Let's start with your story. You're a Dallas girl?
Yeah. Grew up in Lake Highlands. Had a really interesting childhood, which I didn't fear consequence. So I made a lot of bad choices right out of high school.
Okay.
Luckily, I made it through it all, drug dealing, tied up at gunpoint, like everything, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but now my life is resilient, and it's about mental health.
Okay.
So I live out loud, and so that's kind of how this whole open mic happened, was because I wanted to inspire people about mental health through comedy.
Through comedy?
I thought so.
Okay.
Because it was right after the pandemic, and I was like, you know what? We forgot about 9/11 after it was done. I was like, we're not going to forget about feelings. Right? Because we all felt during the pandemic. So I just want to be the one that continues to nurture that, because I know we're still going through some of the ripple effect from the children having to be at home, the husbands that aren't traveling for work and home with their wives, and I'm a huge mental health advocate. Because I made it through everything I did, and so that is my life's purpose. So I'm really glad that I know my life's purpose,
right.
and it is to inspire people about mental health. It's not through comedy anymore. It's just through living out loud.
This is what's so interesting to me about. So you were never a musician, you were never a performer, and then just how did that come to you? Like, I'm going to go do stand up. Like, what did?
The blind comedian, Ali, from Cafe Izmir, we used to have a hair salon across from the Granada Theater. It was called Live Hair Group with my brother. Me and my brother are business partners. And I saw Ali checking in at Chocolate Secrets as a comedian, and it was my birthday, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. So I invited everybody out, like my birthday party at Chocolate Secrets. I'm doing comedy for the first time. And it was easy, I did it 10 weeks, and I was like, eh.
But I'm sorry, okay. You're going really fast. Like,
okay.
How? Like, you always wanted to do stand up. You like to make people laugh. Like, what was the actual thought process?
No, I just thought that what was the most digestible way for people to understand mental health.
Okay.
And I thought it could be through comedy.
Okay. So you were like looking for a platform to kind of like make it louder, like a bigger.
Yeah, because my whole entire life, no one wanted to talk about feelings.
Huh.
They're a tough sport.
Yeah.
I mean, now I think we can, because of the pandemic. It's a lot, the mind, body, and soul, right? So the mind has been left out.
Yeah.
But now I think it's being nurtured, right? Like.
Yeah. No, things are different now. I mean, I definitely, I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and you're crazy if you're going to get help anywhere.
Right. I've been crazy my whole life.
Oh, okay. People just write you off as like
kooky.
Mm-hmm. But That's interesting. So, I mean, what do you think what was? Just because of the group of people you were around, or you didn't know who you were, or like, what do you
Well,
think
I
that
had
was?
to do it because I had to unwind all the trash I was taught.
Okay.
So I had to. For survival.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I'll ever have a long-lasting, loving relationship with the way that I'm acting right now. So I did 20 plus years of therapy. I'd go and then I'd stop.
Sure.
I'd tell them, hey, okay, now I'm going to go do life. And then when something happened, I'd come back and do some maintenance. So it's always been like an off and on type thing. But I've unprogrammed my entire brain from trash, truly trash.
Wow.
And I think what's interesting about what's going on now is I'm finally getting to do more of my purpose 4.5 years later. Because I'm on podcast and now people are asking why, right?
Sure.
But for 4.5 years, I just was doing what I had to do you know what? I love amplified minds. I love promoting them. I think community is a basic human need. And even last night, I was texting someone giving them resources for a group because they told me they relapsed.
Right.
So I'm doing mental health. It's just not exactly the way I thought.
Yeah, interesting. I think that's what makes the Love Mic special is that part of it, because there's a bunch of open mics and there's cool open mics. I ran an open mic and people thought it was great, and I'm funny, but the reason I think it was great was because I was stage managing like crazy. Like I was wrangling people from like all corners of that venue and making sure people knew they were next. And like when I left, somebody was up there and they're making jokes and it's funny and it's like, where's the next act?
Right.
But with you, it's like, it's so interesting to me because you had the one experience of being a stand-up for like
10 weeks.
Like nothing. Like that's no time compared to your life experience. And that was enough for you to like see there's something to this, but it's not comedy?
Well, I saw all these musicians that were really good.
At the open mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, why isn't there a show around this? Like, it just blew my mind. But I didn't realize they were practicing to each other.
Yeah.
But I was new. I was like, why isn't this America's Got Talent? Right. I mean,
yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but I really didn't listen to any music before. And that's because I'm more of a podcast person.
Sure.
I've always been studying.
Yeah.
Like I've had people in my car and they thought my radio was broken.
Because they never heard it.
Because when we're in the car, it's total silent. They thought it didn't work. And I was like, no, it works. I just choose not to. I don't know. But now I do listen to music.
Yeah.
And it is local, though. So I'm like a local. Like just what's really, it's so cool to me because then it's like knowing them, like knowing Remy and then listening, she gets her hair done with us. So like watching, I don't know, it just means so much more to me knowing them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's cool. Like it's because like most people that are in the industry for a while are jaded. And so you're fresh. Like,
I'm so cheesy.
Yeah, but
like I'm cheesy honored to be on this with you, right? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like I have that innocence to it, and I probably always will.
Yeah.
Just because.
Well, it's refreshing, is what I'm saying. Like I feel like maybe because from outside, like, I haven't actually been to an open mic, and I apologize, but also I'm working a lot, and it's it's tricky. But I've heard. I mean, I know so many musicians, like, the busker program with the Dallas Music Office, there's a lot of your people are there. Yeah. It's cool. Like, the host is everything for an open mic, and your approach to it is just unique. And because, sometimes open mics are like the land of misfit toys, and it's a bunch of people that can't get gigs, or it's people that are starting out and they haven't figured it out yet. And that is crucial to the development of a musical career. And if they don't have that space and that support, so it's just cool. Like, I'm getting it. Yeah.
I love it. And like, even for the Dallas Entertainment Awards, they're like, oh, best open mic. I'm like, I don't really care to be the best because I know I love the most.
Right.
And I know that my role in open mics is to give you the courage to go do the other ones.
Sure.
So that's my role.
Yeah.
And I do. And I didn't, when I first started doing this, I didn't know that I'd become an empty nester. I had no idea the process
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they grew out of open mics.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And I'm like 51, no kids, and like,
Yeah.
I love seeing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're growing up, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So it's like, I didn't even know what a 1/4 inch was. This one dude comes and he says it's an interlude, but it's really 2 songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every single time. I'm like, he tells me it's an interlude. I don't know. But yeah, so it's interesting. I have learned a lot more, but the team that helps me, like Carlos from OP Productions, he puts us on YouTube. He like forced me to, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. Maybe we should be on there. And
Yeah.
so we're on YouTube. So if you ever want to tune in on Monday nights, it's
okay.
every Monday night on the Love Mic DTX. And so he's been amazing. So I have a spirit committee, is what I call it, and they help me with sound, video. Well, Carlos is. I can't say, he's the tiny stage.
Okay.
I can't say enough about that man. I mean, he is the most amazing human on earth.
Wow.
Like, just so giving, so selfless, and just as, like, he's not from the music industry either, so he's just as, like, sweet as I am when
Really?
it comes to it.
Okay, so Carlos is not a musician either?
No.
Okay.
No.
What made him start the little tiny stage?
So the owner of Be Hippie has this give more than you receive mentality, and I think Carlos used to work for the library for many years.
Okay.
So he is like, he comes up with so many ideas all the time. He's like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And so I think he pitched it like, hey, if we had a little stage, maybe we could do something. And then he's just grown it. And he hit up Creatives Factory first and was like, hey, do you have any artists that will just come play? And then because the Creatives Factory endorsed him, I endorsed him.
Sure.
Because Christian from Creatives Factory came into Chocolate Secrets, and every time he would walk in, everyone would be like, I didn't know why, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? I guess because he's an artist developer.
Sure.
Right? And
Yeah.
so I just knew they enjoyed him coming. So every time he came in, I'd put a glass of wine in front of him, didn't know anything about any. It wasn't until recently I really knew what he did.
Huh.
But I just knew to take care of the people that they were excited about.
Sure.
And so I'm a business person. So I
Yes.
think that's also what's been, I've been an entrepreneur through and through, hair salons, med spas, Drug dealing, though, was my first job, and I was successful at it for 3 years. I was the only person that did not get busted.
Oh, wow.
No felony, no rehabs, nothing.
Yeah.
So I just know my life's purpose, because there's no way I could have gone through all that
Right.
clean
Sure.
if I'm not supposed to be talking about it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
inspiring. And I really want to catch these kids in high school before they start making bad choices.
Yeah.
That's where my next little move is.
I want to go back to the first open mic that you ran. Like, how did you go, this is what I'm going to do? Like, what was the actual, like, thought process from, comedy is not quite right, but this open mic thing with musicians is. Not that I guess you
Yeah.
have comedy also at the open mics?
Well, I just think I'm funny, right? And over the past 4.5 years, I used to be super raunchy 4.5 years ago. But I've grown because I want to be better tomorrow than I was today. And
Okay.
I heal, right?
Being raunchy's not good?
Oh, like, how do you say pussy backwards? That was like one of my biggest jokes. Right? Right. So, I mean, and I had no problem saying that.
Right,
like,
right. Even now, no problem saying
Well,
it.
I mean.
Yeah, we're flashing back, I get
Yeah,
it. But
we
this
are.
is not you anymore.
No. And and I used to say I'm not a hoe anymore because, I mean, that was an addiction. Right? I mean,
Right.
it truly.
Yeah.
And so I just, I went from the one-eyed mic to this mic, and it feels good in my hand. Like, no, I used to be really, really bad. And,
Yeah, I get you. I'm getting it now.
yeah. And so, but then it's so interesting and really cool. And what I love about myself is that I'm almost embarrassed to say those, right? But
Yeah.
it's who I was.
Yeah.
And I still like who I am.
So you were being funny, and then you're like, oh, I could go on stage maybe and do this. There was a little bit of that, or no?
Well, really, just someone just said, you're really funny. And I was like, yeah? He's like, yeah, you should try like something. And I was like, okay. And
But were
yeah.
you like bored in your life? Like, I'm just so curious. Like, what? Like, it always curious.
I'm very quick-witted.
Okay,
Just in general.
But just like, I want to get on stage in front of people and do this. Like, what? That's the part that, like, some people don't ever understand that. I've done it. I'm not really doing it anymore, but I'm just.
My main thing was I got to carry this flag of mental health. I'm carrying this torch, right? Like,
So when the first time you did stand-up, you're thinking, I'm doing this.
yeah, my life was a joke.
Okay.
My life was a joke, and I just talked about it. And I have them hidden on YouTube, you know, a few of them, because I thought it would be funny to look back one day.
Sure, sure. So, okay, but going back to the question, so then
Oh, yeah.
you're like, okay, I'm going to do a music open mic. Like what?
No, it was an open mic at Chocolate Secrets.
Okay, I mean, when you
Already.
actually started to host, like your first one
So
you hosted.
it was there.
It was okay.
Yeah, because Parsa, which, you know, I love me some Parsa forever. She did sound there, and I don't know why, it just blew my mind they didn't have a host.
Oh.
Like it just was beyond me why there's not a host.
Like,
They would just call people up.
wow, that seems
And so
tricky. Yeah.
I volunteered for 7 months.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you basically just adopted this thing and made it your own, essentially. Okay, I like that. Cool.
Yep. So 7 months I volunteered, and then, you know, fast forward, I quit because I was a volunteer, and you know, and then 4 weeks later they paid me to come back.
Oh, wow.
But I blew up the show on the way out, and I didn't have social media, so people stopped coming.
Right.
Because I made like a farewell tour type show. Like,
Right.
It was so
right.
silly.
But when they called you back, they were like realizing like, oh, she's actually doing something here. It's not just us having a spot.
Right. And
Yeah.
then that's when I didn't trust them.
Okay.
So I named it
Yeah.
The Love Mic.
Yeah.
So then now it's The Love Mic at Chocolate Secrets.
Right.
It's not just open mic.
So it's still Chocolate Secrets.
No, they stopped. I think they stopped doing it. Now they might have brought some poetry, something back.
Okay.
No, they canceled the entire thing after
Okay.
2 years.
Okay.
It was a fire hazard, they said.
Because it
Oh,
was getting too big?
I was seating people on the stairs, and I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved it. I was about to give them these little macaroons to sit on, so I wanted to pass them out. I already knew where to get them, $5 each, and because that was like 15 extra seats on the stairs.
Huh.
And I loved it. It was so awesome. It was just packed.
Yeah.
And then they started saying, I can't move seats, and I can't, you know, and so I started feeling a little, something's going to happen here. But I had a pop-up. We had a pop-up at the Statler once. Christian from Creatives Factory actually helped me get that gig. So I've actually taught the community to follow me. Mm-hmm. So we
Yeah.
had 80 people sign up and 150 people show up.
Wow.
Yep, and that's when I knew that the Love Mic can go anywhere.
Yeah. And then you had said to me when we were talking about this interview that the Love Mic is it's the concept, not the location, or something along those
Oh,
lines.
yeah. It's the community, not necessarily the venue.
Yeah.
And I've taught people to move around ever since. I'm in Plano right now. I still get 20-something people coming to Plano. But I'm hoping to move back here.
Right. Is it essentially once a week or?
Yeah, every Monday. It's been every Monday for 4.5 years.
Okay.
Even when I had a chance to change the day of the week, I kept it on Mondays.
Yeah, Monday's a good night to do it because, like, if you're a working musician or if you're a tech person, you're not doing Monday usually. So that's a really good. We used to do Mondays at Artco as well.
Yeah, and that's the day a venue will give me.
Yeah, because they're usually it's free money for them usually, you know, because it's like extra alcohol sales.
Yeah.
So it's funny you said something earlier. It was really sweet how you were like, I didn't know that I'd be an empty nester. Like your musicians go, but you get now that that's like kind of the idea. It's like a sort of like a minor leagues of sorts.
Yeah.
You know.
But I have a reunion, so instead of it being a Love Mic anniversary, I have a Love Mic reunion. So I tell them, I know you're going to grow out of me, but just come back once a year in January. So it's my birthday party and a reunion at the same time.
Okay, in January.
In January.
Cool.
So the 5 years coming up.
Wow.
I can't wait.
Wow, that's a long time. I mean, and the musicians that you've had, like I know some of them, and you know, I've said this to other people. It's like a really good open mic is it feeds all the bands that are going to be happening for the next 5 years, whatever. And so, I'm guessing some of your people are already doing that, and other ones, you know. Who are some of the bands that are kind of like have graduated from the Love Mic, but are
Carson Lewis.
Oh yeah, Carson's doing a lot of good stuff.
Sugarcoat, Trent.
I don't know Trent.
What is it? The Filipino. Gosh, I'm 51, you guys. Let's see. Some people like the blue line, they do kind of graduate.
Oh yeah, the blue line, sure.
But like him, like them, Remy, like Morgan Hawkins, and I actually really encourage them to come back to almost mentor the other ones. And so I'm like, hey, anytime you want to come, there's no charge. I just want you here so that the other new people can see what could be possible.
Sure.
And so I do have some that I really like. I'm grateful when they stop back by it's to mentor the others.
It's
really
inspiring. No, I mean, like Remy, God, she came to my open mic when she was 14, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I've known her forever, and she is so supportive. And it seems like that's another thing about the community aspect of the open mic. It's like it's not as competitive as just being a bunch of bands like trying to get the same slots. It's a lot different than that.
Yeah, actually, Dev Wolf had a show at the same time. Blue Line had a show, and I think even somebody else. And Dev was like, "Man, we should have like a community calendar." So that because we all wanted to be at all these places,
sure.
And so I mean, and I think that's what I've actually learned from people's feedback is that sometimes I guess it is competitive, or and when people are like, "Well, what is the love mic?" I'm like, "Well, we're born of love. Let's just start with love, right?" Like, and they're like, "Well, what does mental health open mic mean?" I'm like, "Don't be a dick." Like that's all you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be kind to one another, collab with each other. Work with somebody, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
And the Creators Factory does the same, like their ecosystem and the Love Mic are the same, and Be Hippie, right? So it's the same group of people, and like there's even a open mic that spun off of the Love Mic called Covers Others.
Okay.
Where they cover each other.
Oh, wow.
And I'm crying the entire time because
that is really cool, actually.
Yeah, so Austin, Joking Old Folks Home, he's the one that thought of it because he was driving home one day and was like thinking about someone's song. He was like, he had someone's song in his head, and he was like, how cool would it be if we had like a time where we all did each other's songs?
Yeah.
And so I think it's on number 4 now coming up.
And that's like something that he does, or?
So he hosts it. I help, like me and Be Hip, because it's the same community.
Sure.
But like Haley Marie will come on and sing Remy's song, or So what I've noticed from the outside is there's a certain skill set that it takes.
Sure. Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Not everybody can just pick up. Like I had one person say, "Well, like, so what if somebody doesn't do one of my songs?" And I'm like, well, I mean, this is like a free, like it's, you're giving, right? This isn't so much about necessarily receiving, but someone might, you never really know because it's a secret. So we get the chords for the people and we tell you, here's the blue line chords. So when you get up, you just start playing the blue line. And if they're not there, I usually FaceTime them.
Oh, interesting.
So it's the sweetest thing. And I think it can only happen in this type of community.
Yeah.
Right? Because who's really going to cover somebody?
Yeah, no, it's, I've been to a couple of these artist shows, or like I shot the showcase for the buskers, and what surprises me the most, and I guess I'm older, when I was playing music, we didn't have Spotify, like you weren't, unless you were like consciously putting someone's CD on, you're not going to hear it, but I couldn't believe how many people were singing other people's songs at just shows, or even like they're like that showcase, they're playing 3 songs, but there's people that are like 5 or 6 girls know all the words to their songs, and like I was looking around and the whole show was like that. Everybody knew all of each other's songs, and it's like that's so cool to me.
That is really cool.
And I've never seen that before, so so I guess you have something to do with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the fun part. Susie from Poopery, she invented the spray. She lives in Dallas.
Right.
And so I've taken her course a few times, and it was like an entrepreneur type course. It basically just says whatever brings you alive, go for it.
Right.
And so that's how I live my life. And so I was like, I don't know, I want to inspire people about mental health. So then I went for it. And okay, well, that wasn't it. So I continued to just follow what makes me feel alive. And it has just evolved into this. And I think like now 4.5 years in, I was on a Fan Of podcast, super honored. I was like, oh dude, so are you really a fan? Like that's kind of cool. And then Dallas Famous podcast. Like, so to me, it's like now I am using like more of my story and more of my purpose as to what it is. And or just, I don't know, more of my why, right? Because, but I think one day it's like a TED Talk. Like, I think it is to a lot of people.
When you're hosting, are you like actually introducing people and doing like little, stories, or how does that go? Or are you just like, it's the blue line?
No, I can honestly say that I probably was a little better at it for like 3 years of it. But I really love the introducing myself to the people, making sure they're comfortable. That's my favorite part.
In the audience, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the audience, the artist. I actually had a mom call not too long ago and was like, hey, do you have a video of Bailey? He was playing at the farmer's market when y'all did a pop-up, because I do pop-ups. And he was like, he committed suicide last night, and that was one of his favorite moments.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And so ever since then, I was like, okay, well, there's a few things that are going to happen. I really want to do the Love Mike Foundation, where I pay musicians to go into all the facilities I could have ended up in. So that's jails, halfway houses, rehabs. So that's on the horizon. Because really, all these artists want is to get paid for their craft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be heard, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, what if, and someone's like, so this could be a job? I'm like, well, if I sent you to 4 rehabs in a day and all the sponsorships and grants paid for this, then yes, I don't see why not. So that's a goal.
That's very cool. Okay,
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
that works right now, you're saying?
The Love Mike Foundation. I have a
Okay.
board. We've had our first meeting. It just kind of went on pause for a second. But so that's what I really want to do. I don't know where I was going with that, but
Oh, I don't know either.
yeah.
Just, I don't know, where were we going? I don't know. It's fine. So yeah, you mentioned pop-ups,
yeah.
and so you do farmers market, like, so you do the weekly, but then how often are other things happening?
I have people contacting me, asking me if I'll come and, like, there's this place in Rockwall, I forgot what they're called. They asked if I would come up. So really, and this place in Plano just loves us to death.
What's the place?
Massey Shots, but they have amazing sound. They have lighting. They have an infinity wall. So all these kids, what they want is a vibe.
Yeah.
So every time I'm looking for a place, it's a vibe.
Right.
And I actually went into Prime 2.0 one day, and so I've been looking for a home. And so I hope and pray that it's will call.
Yeah.
So that's my goal.
Okay. Yep.
Because there's also Texas Tea Room on Monday night and the Freeman. So that would mean they could go from here, here, and here, all in the same
Oh, they
neighborhood.
have open mics at both?
Yeah, because they're coming to Farmers Branch, and then now they're driving to Plano to perform, and then coming down to Texas Tea Room.
Wow.
So I want to make it easy on them.
Yeah,
Come to
yeah.
Deep Ellum on Mondays. Probably do a Tuesday for North Texas. Because it's Ohio and 121. That's
Yeah.
North Texas to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But Desi, he's the one that found out I was in Plano and called me and was like, what are you doing there? He was like, you need to be in Dallas. Let's talk about this. So he was like, we'll call the Nines or Dusties. He was like, and I was like, you know what? I was like, there's something about Will Call that I just love. It is the cauliflower wings, probably. And it's just the staff. Like, it feels
JR
good.
is amazing.
It feels good in that place.
Yeah.
And I'm really big on, like, wanting to be wanted, right? And so, and it's a small area, but all I know is the musicians will be out there and the people watching will be in there. So
Yeah.
I don't care,
Yeah.
like, how small.
No, that is a great space. I've only actually shot there once, but I was doing photos for the Observer there, and I went in there like 3 or 4 times, and Jer wasn't even there most of the times, but I forget the other guy's name that was co-owner. Do you remember his name? I can't think of his name. But they were just so nice, and the vibe was great,
I know.
and I mean, that would be a beautiful spot for
I
it.
know, and I listened to his podcast that you did with him just to get to know him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yep.
and I think that's just also like just who I am, and and I'm really glad that I've made it this far, because it's kind of, I mean, it's not a business that
Right.
makes money, but
Yeah.
I mean, I do charge $8, and what I do with that is I tell them I'm forever your promotions company.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a show, tag us. We're your first fans, right? And so
Has it started where people are reaching out to you and like, hey, who would be a good musician for this
Not yet.
thing? No? Okay.
Well, actually, I have had some. Actually, there's this car show that actually reached out, and so Kayla Raquel, she actually has like a residency once a month at the car show.
At the car show. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I tell people, like, I am the one to ask because these people are at the beginning of their careers. You know, they're willing to give you a really great rate, and as they're getting their portfolio built. And so, yeah, it is getting, so not, actually, and I'm probably the only mic that have gotten people paid. Yeah. So that was something else, and it's because of my networking skills.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Haley Marie was in downtown Carrollton at this place, and she got paid to do it. So that was also kind of fun to me, to be able to, get them paid gigs.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Totally. I mean, actually, as a photographer, concert photographer, I get a lot of either personal questions, or I see people asking, like, how do I get started in concert photography? And I'm like, go shoot open mics, because that's a bunch of musicians in one night. They all would love to have your photo, and maybe they'll hire you because they're just starting out too. Yep. So it's sort of like another layer, I guess, of that. But okay, so then, all right, so I was going to say what's next, but we kind of know some of what's next. Is there anything that you didn't mention that's coming up, or? No,
really, the Love Mike Foundation. I had this one girl ask me, like, wholeheartedly if I thought she would be famous. I took a big...
God, don't make me cry.
And I was like, I said, I've seen a lot of people work really hard. I go, Remy's been at this since she's 12.
Yeah.
I was like, so maybe reframe famous to what makes you feel a little bit like what could be success in this arena. And I think getting paid for your craft could be it.
Yeah.
So I tried to help her reframe her thought around it. And this is the same girl that just got, she just got scammed online. They said it was Live Nation. They said she's going to be opening up for Kalani.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's not smart.
And they spent a lot of time talking to her, and they somehow got like $600 out of her. And so, I think I love, I can't take everyone under my wing, but I definitely, luckily I know my boundaries.
Sure.
Right? Like, I had someone last night that somehow couldn't pay their electricity bills, so they were asking if I would log in to theirs, and they would cash at me because they were negative in their bank account. Right? So it is interesting, the phone calls that I do get, but I know I have to have boundaries, and luckily I know them.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of resources that I can point them to, like, this guy that relapsed. I sent him a list of Narcotics Anonymous because I can't help you, but this is really where if you nurture this, you will do better.
Yeah.
So wow. I've been on all the drugs, so
Yeah.
I know how to talk to anyone at any rate, So that's something I love, is that I'm like an open mic mentor, I guess.
It's cool. I used to joke that I was like band dad.
Yeah. I've had people call me on Mother's Day.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, because. And the fact that you're not a musician is even cooler, because, I was like on my tail end of my music career, but a lot of hosts are musicians, and it's not that they can't empathize, they definitely can, but there's just a different motivation and I think people look at you differently, where they're like, oh, well, she's definitely not doing this so she can perform or have a stage for us to listen to her. It's just, you're just doing it for them. And it shows. I mean, it's cool.
Thanks.
Like, I don't know any other mic. Like, the only other mic I know, open mic I know, is because I know the host. Offhand, I don't know of any other ones. So
no, the musicians do tell me that it's different because I'm not a musician.
Yeah.
So they like Pamela. She's like, Janna, I've never seen anything like this. They're usually just about themselves, or just
Well, and like you were talking about graduating, it's like, I'm going to do an open mic as a host. Oh, now I'm working so much I can't do it anymore. And then they move on. And it's like, what about us? It's like you're not going to be moving on in that sense.
Right. No, Keyshawn Taylor is my current host. So he does a lot more of the calling people up and stuff like that.
I see. That's smart, though, that you have someone on stage, then you can concentrate on all the other stuff.
Yeah, because I want to make people feel welcome for coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the part that I love. So I feel like I've graduated to that.
Yeah.
I mean, hosting is... I don't know. When I got to sundown and those lights were in my face and I was on the stage, I sat there and I was like, y'all, I don't know. Like, I did not mean to do this. Like, I was, yeah, so I'm not.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think, like we're saying, I think that's a big factor in why I think people trust you, and they can get they get to know you off stage, which is the real person.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And then my brother, he's the most amazing hairdresser.
What's your brother's
on
name
earth.
again?
Robert, purple beard.
Yeah.
And so it's cool that, like, you know, people come and they're like, he starts to give them their look.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Like the blue line looks different than they did.
Oh, okay.
Right? They got, you know.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, and then Remy, you know, she went a little, you know, like
Yeah.
she went, you know, she came in, she wanted like a calico look, and
Uh-huh.
so yeah, and then so we do. That's really fun because my brother's just great at it, and it just so naturally happened. He's been my number one supporter since I started.
Yeah.
You know this, so.
God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's like someone comes to your open mic, and then if they put the work in, they're going to come out like
Shined up.
Yeah, shined up, like more developed. I mean, that's the other thing that musicians like. I mean, most new musicians are not too big to go to an open mic, but it's like, you know, it's really essential to get that stage time. And it's good to have it not in a restaurant with a bunch of people talking over you. Mm-hmm. It's good to be in a place where you can get constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. And if you need to work on something, somebody's like, you know, I've seen you play a few times. Let me take you aside. It doesn't have to be you. It could be another performer.
That's why I like having a musician as a co-host.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Exactly. But not even, you know, even just other people watching, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I've seen a lot of people that go to your open mic or they started at your open mic, and there's some really talented people in this city.
So many, yeah.
And, you know, it's nice that they have a place to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
and then everyone supports each other. So it's like, that's what I say, is just always tag the Love Mic because we're your first fans. And then come back and see me once a year.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I ask.
Awesome. Yeah. Is there anything we didn't cover?
No, just if you ever want to check out the Love Mic, it's on YouTube, the Love Mic DTX.
Okay.
Every Monday. And, you know, really, I let the artists know, like, you can go back and screenshot your performance, or Carlos will actually get you a reel or something because, I mean, I tell them, I'm like, your goal is to play somewhere else, and this content that we make for you on Monday will help you with your, is it EPK? EKP?
Yep.
EPK?
Electric
press kit,
electronic press kit. Yeah.
So, like, you know, a video from here can actually, you know, help you.
Sometimes they're like, we need to see you performing, and if you're doing it in a full room,
OP
that's even
Productions.
better.
OP Productions. If you ever need any overflow, please know that he's your guy. He's video and photography.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is he taking photos too at the shows, or?
He does. He you know what? I think I've encouraged him to start taking a little bit more.
Okay.
Because he does a lot of video and stuff. But
it's hard to do both for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's amazing.
Right on. Hey,
Thank
Janna,
you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
And we'll have stuff in the show notes. You can follow the links, and you can follow Love Mike on Instagram to see everything that's happening if you want to go down and play.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank Janna Wilson for joining me today. You can check the Love Mic every Monday and wherever else it might pop up. Thank you to the wonderful Tucker Art Projects Gallery for allowing us to record there. Theme song Unstoppable by Salim Narala, and the outro is The Place to Be by Electric Ants. Thanks again to the Mullen & Mullen Music Project for their support. Like, subscribe, and share the podcast, and we'll see you next week.